So let me give you some feedback on what I think I'm hearing, and challenge your thinking just a little bit here. So what I'm hearing first of all is that you're having a difficult time at this point in the year getting people scheduled to meet face to face, and just the busyness of getting people on your calendar and everything, or you getting on their calendar. And then the other thing I'm hearing is you're coming up against this deadline at the end of your fiscal year and looking at the people who've given and the people who haven't given, and dealing with, frankly, some frustration about their giving and why haven't people given more, or why are people not giving. And so I really understand that perspective, but I want to ask a couple of questions that I think are going to help you really look at where your focus needs to be at this point. So the first question is, when you talk about having a problem scheduling or a challenge scheduling, that's a general statement. So let's talk not in generalities, but specifics. How many people have you actually reached out to schedule in the past 2 weeks? All right, just in the last 2 weeks. Okay, it sounds like you've reached out to about 20 people in the past 2 weeks. And you're hearing back from some and everything like that. So 20 people. So I guess where I would challenge you is that, okay, that's understandable. You reach out to 20 people, you're slowly hearing back from people trying to get those scheduled. But the reality is, if you have slots available on your calendar to meet with people, and you are only slowly hearing back from 20 people, then the reality is you're not having a problem scheduling. Instead, you're having a challenge getting enough people called, enough people scheduled. You're not reaching out to enough people. So for instance, if you double the number of people that you're reaching out to schedule, you're going to double your result of the number of people to schedule. So a problem getting people scheduled usually isn't the fact that people aren't getting back to you. That's always going to be a challenge. It usually has to do much more with the effort that's being put in to scheduling. So does that make sense? Cool. And let me address the second issue then. The second issue is sort of this frustration of, are people giving enough, or how are we doing on our deadline? I really understand that. The challenge is, though, or I guess the need is, you can't fixate on the financial goal. Because you really can't control whether or not people are going to give, and if so, how much are they going to give, and when are they going to give? Are they going to give as you come up to this fiscal year deadline, this sort of arbitrary deadline from a donor's perspective? So you can't control any of that. All you can really control is, are you actually sharing the plan with people and asking them to give? And so again, to help you self-evaluate a little bit and think about your focus, the first question I think to ask yourself is, do you actually have a plan that you believe will work to fund and fuel your organization going forward? Do you have a plan that you can articulate? And that's a yes or no question, right? Okay, so yes, you do have a plan that you believe in, that if funded, is going to impact the lives of people that you serve. So that's great. So then the next question is, if you have a plan that you believe in, that you believe will work, that if funded is going to impact people, then the next question is, how many people have you actually talked to, let's say in the past 3 months, about that plan, and asked them to be thinking about their giving? So that's a number. And it's okay if you don't know exactly, but hopefully you know exactly how many people are on your follow-up list. But how many people have you actually talked to in the past 3 months and shared that plan with? Yes. Okay, so sounds like, giving you the benefit of the doubt here, it sounds like 15 people, 16 people in the past 3 months. Okay. So does that seem like enough people to you have heard about the plan to actually be in the position to pray and think and make a decision about their giving? No, that's right. There's not enough people yet. So I'm sharing all this not to discourage you or confront you, but instead to help you think through your mindset and where the action really needs to be. So it sounds like from a scheduling perspective that we don't have a problem, we don't have any more problems getting people scheduled than anyone else does. We have to put a tremendous amount of effort in terms of scheduling people, get more people aware that you're trying to meet with them. And then from a giving perspective, yes, we need money, but what we really need is people to know the plan so they can actually be thinking and praying, because 15 or 16 people over a 3-month period, not going to get you to where you need to be, right? So I really appreciate you letting me challenge your thinking here a little bit and stepping forward in that. And so let's talk about some action steps.